Wow, okay. I look really beaten up. Yep, can't really fix it. Whatever. Howdy. Howdy, howdy. Oh, I have real shoulder pain. It's really annoying. It kind of really takes the wind out of me every now and again. um, yeah, I have no idea how I did that. I just kind of like leaned. Well, I can't remember. I had an injury, and then basically it seems to just have gotten worse. Oh yeah, when I did the foot video, when I was cleaning my feet, and I basically like wrenched my arm too far when I was lifting my leg up. I think that's what it was. But ever since then, it just hasn't been the same. Whatever. Just every now and again, I sleep on it or I sleep like around it, and it kind of like forces it into a position, and I'm asleep, so I can't change the position. And then all of a sudden, it's like in pain the next day, just for the whole day. So yeah, fun. Fun. Um, yeah, I've been away for a few days from streaming anyway because I have been. Well, I had my mother. My mother visited me, so she's still here. Actually, she's in a hotel like 20 miles that way. I don't know. You know. Well, I do know, but I'm not going to give super specifics just right now. But she's leaving in the morning tomorrow, so that's something. Well, she's leaving in the morning right now, like today. When the sun comes up, she's leaving. um, because she doesn't like to drive at night and stuff. Anyway, yeah. So I've been away and did all my Christmas shopping. Spent like way too much of my money that should have been saved up, but whatever. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Um, might have caught a little like coldy thingy as well, which is fun. Being out with my mom, going to different places, and being amongst the Germy people. So yeah. Also, we have a right now we have a huge storm happening again outside. It's not a huge one. It wasn't like the one like a couple like a week ago. Like a week ago, we had a huge storm and it blew out all the fence panels. Damaged my office a little bit, but it's fixed now. And our back gate is like blown open as well. So like, yeah, it's a thing. And now we've got another one, but it's only going to last until tomorrow, like until in the middle of the day tomorrow. So it's like it's not as bad. You only blew out one fence panel so far. Although I'm pretty sure that the last big storm, because we had a tornado warning and stuff, we haven't had a tornado warning this time, but we had a tornado warning for the big storm, and that's kind of what I mean by I think that the mini tornado that passed through my village actually hit us, like actually hit like our garden and stuff. Um, I was asleep for that, so I wasn't around for when all of the fence panels blew out and the fence post was ripped out of the ground. I wasn't up for that. Um, but yeah, it's just that it's funny. It's a funny thing to wake up to. So yeah. What else has happened over the past couple of days? Well, I got my delivery from the costume company. So, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys soon. I've updated my Pokemon collection, my Pokemon card collection. So basically, I don't know if you guys remember, it's been given away now. But I did years ago show you guys my old folder of my old Pokemon cards. Basically, it's like this is this huge thing, this huge binder, and it was like falling apart slightly, and it had all my Pokemon cards in it. And yeah, I just put that in storage, and then like recently, I have again a few days ago, I might have mentioned this. Recently, I saw a video of like a reacting to streams kind of compilation kind of thing on YouTube, and it was basically somebody's like opening stream where they were opening Pokemon cards, and they opened their Pokemon cards, and then they saw this Luigi. I can't. I can never pronounce it. I'm trying hard. I'm really trying hard. Luigia. Whatever. I saw this Luigia card, and basically, when they opened this card, everybody in the room went nuts. So that kind of like prompted me, because I've got that card. That kind of prompted me to kind of like. No, I can say it, Don. It's just that my speech impediment. It's like it's making me really concentrate on actually trying to say the word. You know, it does that for certain words. Sometimes really simple words. It just is a thing. You know. I'll attempt it, and then my brain will trip over itself trying to actually like how did we make this like tongue movement happen again? What is it? We push it against something. I know we do. It just has a stupid kind of like whack to the head moment, and it just forgets how to make words happen. Anyway, yeah, this kind of prompted me to check out like if any of my Pokemon cards are worth something. No. Like I got a friend to basically like check on their app to see if any of them, because they still collect Pokemon cards, and they've got like a special app that tells them like the market value of their cards and stuff. And yeah, they checked my card, that card, and it's like it's still worth something. It's like $50, So that's that. But this did prompt me to kind of want to update my storage container for my Pokemon cards. That big binder that I was talking about. So I got a new binder. I've got new sleeves, and I've also got like a new storage system. And I got way too many sleeves and way too much storage for the amount of cards that I got, because I remember having a lot more cards than I did have. And I think that's mainly because I forgot that my brother stole a bunch of my cards. So yeah, siblings are fun. Yeah, my high value cards as well. Really high value cards, like a Charizard, for example, like a shiny Charizard, was a big deal back then. My Nidoqueen and my Nidoking were gone. There's like Abra. I had a shiny Abra, which was super rare at the time as well. That was gone. So yeah, a bunch of my cards are gone. None of my Pikachus were gone. None of my Pikachus are gone. Well, at least I don't think none of my Pikachus are gone, because I used to try to collect all the Pikachus. Like when I, 25 years ago, when I actually was collecting the Pokemon cards, I actually was trying to collect as many Pikachus as I could. I wasn't serious about the whole collecting thing like all my friends were, but when it came to the Pikachus, I would actually, trade seriously, and I would actually go to the movies to get the special Pikachu card, all of that stuff. So yeah, I basically have been trying to update that, and it's not cost a lot of money to get a new folder and to get new storage, like Pokemon card storage and stuff. That hasn't cost a lot of money, so that's okay. and I will show you guys my folder. You know, it doesn't have everything in it because I've been trying to catalog everything that I've got in on the app that my friend has. I downloaded the app and I got, you know, I started putting the cards in because it tells you how much your cards are worth. Now, the problem with this app is that a lot of my cards aren't first editions, and for some reason, it's unless it's a first edition, it isn't registered in the app. If it's basically if it's like a fossil card or if it's a gym card, they only have like first editions registered on the app, and that's really annoying for me because I I come from a time when none of these cards were available in first edition yet. Like I predate the first edition stamp that these cards have, and like I don't know if that makes them more valuable or less valuable, or just like that's the only picture that they had of the Pokemon cards. So yeah, whatever. Um, and just to pre-answer a question that Itchy asked me on Discord, what Itchy mentioned on Discord when he was talking about my cards. I have a lot of Japanese cards, and the reason for that is that, and I've already told this story on stream, and I think I've actually told him in person one time, a long time ago, like when we first met, when we talked about Pokemon cards, that I was really crafty when it came to getting, you know, where I got my Pokemon cards from. Everybody usually just got them from the stores, you know, and I wasn't really collecting. You know, I was basically just like doing it because my friends were doing it. You know, every now and again, I would spend some of my pocket money on Pokemon cards. You know, but like they would basically spend tons of money on Pokemon cards all the time because they were super into it. We were young teenagers. It was a thing. You know, you kind of rolled with the fads. You know, so I kind of just like every now and again got my Pokemon cards. However, there was a store in Romford, tucked away in one of the arcades. You know, basically the covered streets, like just off of the market, off of Romford Market. And every time that I went into Romford, I would basically, you know, like either by myself or I would, if I was there with my parents, I would break away from my parents and basically, you know, ask them, like break it. Then I break away from my parents, and I go into this kind of this Asian. I think it was just all Asian. I don't think it was like specifically a Chinese or Thai or Korean or Japanese or anything. Just basically this Asian kind of like uh, goods store. It wasn't like a supermarket. It was just a general kind of like, you know, ornament store, you know. And they had Pokemon cards, Japanese Pokemon cards, like straight away. I was the only person in my entire school, I'm pretty sure in the entire area, that basically bought cards from this person. I was the only person that basically in all of fucking Essex that seemed to know about this one store. Nobody had Japanese Pokemon cards. I was the rarity that was the only person that ever had Japanese Pokemon cards. You know, as you know, straight away when they came out. You know, it was like a big deal, and especially like I used to get like real envy from my friends and stuff because they were like, "Where the fuck did you get the card?" And I wouldn't tell them. You know, I wouldn't tell them. I wanted to tell them, but at the same time, I was like, if I tell them, then everybody's going to have these cards. But I was being a selfish teenager. You know, I just, you know, I didn't give a shit about that store. I just kind of, you know, and how they were doing. All I cared about at that time, whenever somebody mentioned Pokemon cards, was the fact that, like, they think my card collection is so great. when they have like so many different cards themselves that this is my only edge, you know, so I can't tell them. So I used to just lie and say, oh, my cousin got them from when he went to Spain or something. They've got like an Asian supermarket there or whatever. He brought back lots of packs, so whenever I see my cousin, I get cards. You know, I just used to lie like that. I'm pretty sure they saw through that, but yeah, it's like, so yeah, that's where I get my Japanese that's where I got my Japanese Pokemon cards from, and yeah, they're like they were super rare, at least in my closed circuit of friends. You know, in my high school, they were super rare. Okay, so yeah, so that's where I got my Pokemon card. That's where I got my Japanese Pokemon cards from. All the other Pokemon cards I used to just get regularly and stuff. And I know for a fact, by the way, that I was the only person that knew about this store, because I remember one time when I went into that store, the person behind the counter said that basically I'm the only kid. You know, I'm the only unattended like teenager that ever came into that store. Like everybody else basically like just always avoided that store or just walked past it and stuff, because it's just got like, you know, it had a bunch of like you know, it had like a bunch of Buddha statues and stuff in the window of the store, and like, you know, Vishnu, and like I said, it was like a general Asian like collectible antique ornament store. I don't know how to describe it. It basically was just like that, you know. It had like incense, and it had like wind chimes that were Chinese-ish, you know. It just had like a bunch of ornaments and stuff, and it was run by an Indian guy. So I have no idea what kind of store it was. I don't remember what kind of store it is, you know. I can't actually get on Google Earth. I can't actually, or Google Maps or anything. I tried looking at the street view to find out if that store still exists. You can't actually get the little guy to go into the arcade, the covered market place, the covered street in which the store exists. So I don't know if it still exists. I think the building that it's a part of still exists, but yeah. Anyway, that's where I get them from. Well, that's where I used to get them from. So yeah. But yes, so this Pokemon card collection thing is basically is going to be a new thing-ish. You know, I'm not going to be like obsessively like weekly getting packs of Pokemon cards, or like trying to hunt down boxes of Pokemon cards or whatever. I'm basically just, whenever I order something from Amazon, I will poke the Pokemon card button to try to get my total up to get free deliveries and stuff, because I don't have Amazon Prime. So yeah. So yeah, we'll get new cards, and we will have like opening streams, I guess, and stuff. But I'm not gonna basically be like, this is my whole thing, you know. Plus the new cards, and I don't know if this is an old guy thing, or if it's just a kind of like, no, I don't know if it's an old guy thing or not. It's just a being old thing, you know. I don't like the new thing kind of thing, but I don't like the new Pokemon cards. I don't like them. I'm pretty sure it's just an aesthetic thing for me that I don't like about the new Pokemon cards, you know. But I don't know if that's a completely legitimate reason to not like the new Pokemon cards. Basically, I was trying to explain this to another friend, that the old Pokemon cards, they used to be kind of like, they were very simplistic, you know. They kind of had like a foggy like color scheme background, and like they had plain text, and they were, you know, yellow bordered and stuff, and it was like very simplistic design. Maybe a little bit of flourishing around the window that told you what this Pokemon evolved from, you know, but that's it. The new ones are all over the place. They basically have like, like electrical etchings on the side of it. They have sometimes holographic, holofoil backgrounds, not even part of the main picture. They seem to be all about the entire card instead of like trying to highlight the picture, which is the big thing that you're supposed to look at, not everything else. I couldn't read one of them because there was so much kind of like busyness going on in the background that like I had to really focus my eyes to actually and tilt the card in a certain way to actually fucking read it. So it's like, these darn kids with their new designs. It was crazy. It was just crazy. I mean, yes, the trainer cards, for example, are better because the old trainer cards used to be really boring as fuck. So yes, they're better. But Jesus Christ, like the actual Pokemon cards, just make them about the Pokemon. You don't have to do the whole thing about the whole card. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go get the stuff. I was gonna get the stuff, to show you guys, and I was gonna have it ready here, but there was like a huge gust of wind just before I actually like came on live, so it's calmed down a bit more outside now. So I think I can manage to just put everything in the box and then bring the box in here. So yeah, I can show you guys the stuff I got from the Halloweeny place, and I can also bring like my new Pokemon card folder. I'm not going to bring all of my Pokemon card collection, but I can bring you my folder. So yeah, my new folder where I'm going to have all of the unique cards are basically going in that folder. Everything else is going into the Pokemon storage cases and stuff. Until everything's cataloged anyway. Yeah. Right, I'll be right back. Move my heater again because it's right there at the door. Try not to touch it with my leg because I burnt my leg once. Oh, I know it's windy. Could I please just hold the door? Thank you. God. Okay. The box. Right, I can move the heater back by the door. Then I can put the box down. And we can explore the stuff together because I haven't opened anything. I've opened the box, but I haven't opened anything besides the dragon. The dragon. Which I think is really cute. So yeah. Okay. I'll talk about the dragon. I'll just bring out the stuff from the box because I put the Pokemon card folder in there. Sorry, I just like took a bit out of me because I haven't had much sleep since my mum got here. I haven't had much sleep, or even just before that. So yeah. So I got a bunch of stuff from the Halloween costume place because it was on sale and because I wanted to get things for Christmas and just see what was on sale, for example. And one of the things that caught my eye, and I was wondering if it was plasticky, then I would basically keep it myself. You know, it didn't cost that much money, but it's little dragon. Little dragon. Little dragon skeleton. And I think it's kind of cute. I don't think it's scary or anything. It's just like a little golden dragon skeleton. But I think it's adorable. A dragon. I'm actually keeping this for myself, I think. I don't think, yeah. This was a gift to me and Damon, I think. But yeah, he's so cute. And yes, it is a bit more plasticky than I was expecting it to be because they made it look like kind of like a resin statue. But in fact, it is actually just, it's all plastic. And it feels very plasticky and it's like, it's slightly bendable as well. So yeah. You can take the wings off, by the way. You can actually, like, they've got like 2 screws here, and I can actually like undo it and take the wings off. Well, this one looks like it's been painted on. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get the snippers. Get the snippers out. Where's my scissors? Come on. Ugh, don't you hate it when you're in your multi-tool, like something's just so embedded that you have to unpack everything just to get to it? God, it's really wedged in there. But yeah, the dragon. I don't want to accidentally catch myself. There we go. There we go. Little scissors. It's wedged in there because it's slightly rusted. Because the piece of metal isn't protected, that makes the spring mechanism work. So it's slightly rusted. Anyway, just want to snip his collar off so he will be all mine. Okay. My dragon. I have a little gold dragon. He's a cute. I don't know why, like, he was supposed to be like a scary Halloween decoration. We might have this as like a Christmas and a Halloween decoration just because it's so cute. Little skeleton dragon. It's kind of like Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. It's like, that thing is not scary. It's not meant to be scary, but yeah. Anyway, he is now ours. Yeah, it'll be fine then. Right. So the next thing is the Pokemon card collection. This folder is way smaller. This folder is way smaller than the giant thing that I had. And I don't know. I don't like the little carrier case kind of like thing. That bugs me because this thing isn't light. You know, it's not super heavy or anything, but it's holding a lot of plastic and cardboard in it. So, you know. But no, this is my new folder. I got the plain edition because you can get like the Pokeball on it, you know, and stuff like that. But it just seemed a bit, yeah. It seemed a bit much. Anyway, just to give you a quick viewing of my cards. A lot of them are missing at the beginning because I'm having those evaluated separately because they are not in the database. But yeah, like, so there's tons missing because, like I said, they're the ones that are the first editions without being the first editions kind of thing. But yeah, see the Japanese cards. Japanese cards. That's the back of the Japanese cards, by the way. That's what they look like. But yeah, I got most of my Pikachus made it. Well, okay, a lot of my Pikachus made it. None of the Ekans is besides the Japanese one made it. But yeah, I got a ton of Pikachus that got evaluated. Like these 2 pages are basically just Pikachu. Up until Raichu. Yeah, my shiny Ninetales. The Japanese Wigglytuff, shiny Japanese Wigglytuff. I'm super proud of these, that these are all like completely fine and they weren't degraded in any way, because the old folder isn't protected, you know, it's not zipped up or anything, and it was in the attic, and that the attic gets damp and it gets very hot in the summers and it gets very cold in the winters and damp. So yeah, I am going to start a Growlithe collection, like, because Growlithe is my favorite. It's my favorite. But yeah, I've got all of the classic Pokemon almost. Again, ignore the empty slots. They're in the house, unprotected right now until they get like scanned in properly. But yeah, I think I got to here, and then these ones haven't been scanned in yet in the database. So everything from now on is full pages. But yeah, I got new sleeves. So I got this fancy new case. You know. But yeah, I got a good set. 25 years. 25 years. Like 25 years old, including that one at the top that's like super shiny, super cool. I got 2 of those. But yeah. Like, this is the page that was the big deal. Where is the Louis Gu? Oh, it's on the next page. But yeah, I got a super shiny Pichu, super rare shiny Pichu. I haven't scanned that one in yet. That might be worth a lot of money. Who knows? These are all Japanese because these weren't out yet. These Pokemon weren't out yet when I was in high school. 25 years, fuck's sake. So yeah, these are all Japanese, except for like the 1 or 2 new cards, because a couple years ago I got a new set of cards just to see what they look like. So Like the only ones that are modern and English are the next phase, which is all of these, I think. But yeah, where did Louis Gu? Did you see Louis Gu card? Where is he? Where is he? It's my bad. I wasn't paying attention. Where is he? She? Where are they? Oh, there it is. Ha. So that's the card that sparked my interest. That's the card that basically they flipped over. Only it was the English version. And like I said, that card is worth $50. So I don't know why they had such a huge reaction, but yeah. But yeah, they're all basically very good condition. I do have a couple that I'm trying to see if I can actually repair. Well, you know, they've kind of got like a dusty spillage on them or something. I have no idea what happened there. It basically looks like somebody came on them. I have no idea how that happened, if that was the case, because you know I didn't fuck on my Pokemon cards. But yeah, it's just like an old stain. I'm just wondering if I can somehow clean them without damaging the card. But yeah, I've got a couple of rare cards that are like that. But yeah, this is it. And then we've got the trainer cards. Some of my trainer cards apparently are like super rare. I'm told that like one of them, that one, I have no idea what it is, but the Japanese one next to the fossil one, apparently that card is worth like $120. It hasn't been. I haven't scanned it in personally yet, but like somebody was very excited when I showed them that. But yeah, and all the energies at the back. But yeah, like that's unique special cards are in this folder, and I haven't put them in yet. But all of my extra sleeves and all of that stuff is just going to go into this folder that I bought. It was only like $5, but it's super cool because it's got the clamps and the compression thingy on it and stuff, which is very helpful. But yeah, this is going into storage. So this is going to have the duplicates and just all the other cards are going to go into this. But for the unique cards, they all go in here and are being kept in the safe. But yeah, I told my mum that I was basically, I'm going to evaluate all my cards, and I'm going to, I'm in the process of getting, new storage for them because my old folder was falling apart. And she was like, "Ooh, I knew that those would those would be worth something in the future." No, she didn't. I remember her telling me that basically the cards are a waste of money, and she was going to get rid of all of them. So yeah. Okay, the other thing that I got that was on sale, and for a good reason because it's fucking broken in the bag, was the military helmet and mask combination, gas mask combination. It's broken in the bag. Yep. It's not only broken, it looks like it's breaking. Like somebody really bashed this hard. You know, I'm tempted to report this. I might have to actually do that. But this one's fine. But there are pieces of the other one. You know, the fake filter. It's actually a proper filter. It hasn't got anything in it, but it's a like I can put like a filter actually in it. But yeah, this bit's broken. Also, you get distortion from the goggles, from the glasses. But yeah, there's also a big hole right here. But you can see it's cracked as well. So yeah, I might just tell them about that. Oh. And these are the parts of the filter that just smashed. It's like the whole thing took a direct hit to the face, like directly in the face. But yeah, there are just shards of plastic just in the bag. But I got a decent quality looking like helmet out of it. It fits me quite okay. Imitation military cap, biker helmet kind of thing. My big head kind of like, well, my fat neck is kind of like, you see this is why normal hats don't work, because of my chunky neck. Like if I look up, then this thing will pop off my head. But yeah, at least that's okay. But then again, you'd kind of expect that from a helmet, even if it's a fake helmet. You know, it's gonna be some kind of protection. Just not a lot of protection. Like it's not actually touching my head because of the padding around the rim. Kind of just keeps it on my head, like around it. You know. Anyway, that part's good. Mask part, not so much. Bit of a bummer. Yeah, I'm gonna be the guy. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna complain about it. The actual eyepiece part is actually coming off. Weird. I will keep it in the bag just in case parts of it fall off some more. But yeah, the next thing that we got for the Krampus costume is a cape. I think it's the special cape. The bag's ripped. What happened to my bag? What happened to my box? Seriously. Oh, it feels like that horrible, cheap, fake velvet. It looks good. It does look good. Like the lace is actually lace. It's not like, you know, just a printed on kind of onto a bit of plastic kind of thing. It's actually, and the clasp feels like it's an actual clasp. Like that feels like it's quality. It's probably really long. But yeah, it looks like a Christmas cape. It looks like a special Christmas cape. It's not, but it looks like it. I keep trying to find sleeves, but it's a cape. You just put the cape on. And it totally matches my outfit, you guys. Of my underpants and my Santa t-shirt. Yeah, it does not go around me. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It doesn't, on the inside, it doesn't feel cheap and shit. You know? I am kind of like hesitant to poke holes in it for the Krampus. You know? Like for the horns and stuff, I'm a bit hesitant to do that. But yeah, I can't remember how much this one cost. But yeah, the clasp is decent. It's a good cape. Happy with the cape. Okay. And then we just got the extras for the extra effects and stuff. Now, guys, we got fake chains, and they actually look pretty good. Apart from one of them looks like it's broken, but I think that might be designed. I think they're designed to be kind of like not properly connected. I don't know. I'm a bit annoyed that there's no way of like opening these because they're supposed to be kind of like, my hand is a bit too big to actually. This might be a big mistake, and they might be stuck now. But just have to dislocate my thumb to get them off. Because I have chunky wrists, so they are meant to be. Yeah. They're meant to be costumes so that you can easily slip them off, but again, I've got chunky, wide hands and wrists, So yeah, this was probably a mistake. But yeah, there's no way of actually opening these because they're all one-piece plastic. Oh, my me time hand. Ow. But yeah, I can actually, I think I can just disconnect it by, opening the end chain, then connecting it to the other one. So I've got two of these. So maybe they'll be good enough for a belt. I was like hoping for like a belt kind of thing, but if not, then just a bunch of fake chains is good enough. If I can get like one really long fake chain. There we go. I took one off. And then I can connect it to the end of the other one. God, this was so much easier on the other one. I don't know why this one's being complicated and difficult. I don't know if you can hear me or see me, but we're using the camera that's connected to the. That's super low quality. What the fuck? It's supposed to be a really cool webcam that's connected to the actual computer. So I'm looking for the thing. Okay. So we had a little power cut, just a minor break in the power. It might happen again. We are experiencing a big storm outside. Well, a big-ish storm. It's basically a big storm, but it's not going to last long. My webcam is connected to a USB hub, which basically this webcam is connected to a USB hub, which is powered independently from the laptop. So yeah, from my computer. Why? Why are you being difficult? Come on. There we go. There we go. Now we got one big chain. Well, one biggest chain. Could have done with another one, really, I think. Yeah, it's a shame that these don't connect together. That these can't, you know, they don't have like a... I mean, maybe I could cut through one of them or something. I don't know. Might experiment with later. Point is, I got fake chain. I'm happy with those, so I'm gonna take off the label. But yeah, I wonder if that goes... I don't think that will go around me. Yeah, it doesn't go around me to use as a belt. Not even under the tummy. It doesn't go around me. So yeah, we're probably going to stick with the lederhosen kind of idea. But yeah, otherwise, pretty good still. I still like the cape. Cape is still fun. Right, and the last thing I got, just for funsies, and because I was hoping it would connect with the... it would actually connect with the rest of the chains. But... defeated, and I'm a little bit disappointed with it, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's supposed to go that way. Because it did look a lot bigger in the picture, you know. But yeah, and the foot itself is very fake, but you can actually take the foot off. But you can see inside it, it's made out of like polystyrene. But yeah, I was hoping that this chain, or this fake hook, would look similar to the other chains, but as you can see, it doesn't, and it's a lot smaller. So yeah, it'll probably be just amongst the chains. Fairly decent construction though, you know. It's plastic, but it's still kind of like decent plastic. So yeah, I got a hook. See, I'm keeping that too. That did not come off like I wanted it to. Ew, it just occurred to me I could have just used my nail clipper to get the plastic off. I don't have to deal with all of that nonsense with the stupid multi-tool. I shouldn't call the multi-tool stupid. But yeah, having the hook kind of like dangle from one of the chains or something that's over my shoulders, maybe. basically the Krampus costume and filming stuff should be done soon. I might do a directed by you thing for that. I don't know yet. I was kind of like going to do it in the darkness a little bit, you know, well lit outside in the dark. Obviously, when it's not being super stormy or super wet, because I'm going to be mostly naked, apart from the lederhosen, the underpants, and the cape. So, yeah. I have to pick a day whenever I'm not sick and whenever it's not wet and whenever it's not super cold outside. And whenever it's not super windy. That's when I'm going to be filming this, I think. But yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to be doing as Krampus, besides just like doing posing and stuff. But it should be fun. It should be fun. I still need the other half of the Christmas video, because I am doing a Santa and Krampus video. So I still need like ideas for what to do as Santa as well. Like, what's a good Santa video? That's why the ticker is telling you to basically send suggestions or have comments or anything for what to do for any of those videos. So yeah. But yeah, I'm mostly happy with everything apart from the extra. Apart from the extra, the gas mask part of that combination. The helmet and the gas mask kind of combination. That's broken. I might send them a quick email or something. Basically, I'm going to check their customer help, customer service bit, because it's a sale item. I don't know if they'll be able to actually do anything like send me money or send me a replacement or something. We'll find out. I think it looks like plastic fatigue combined with the fact that somebody smacked it into the wall or something. It does look like impact damage, but also the plastic actually feels like it's been brittleized a little bit. Jesus Christ! So I keep noticing like so many little tiny flecks of grey. I don't know if it's coming out in the actual footage, because that looks slightly blurrier than the preview that I've got on here. Because I got preview footage and then I've got this live stream, but I've got so much just grey, little flecks of grey. It's all the stress. Yeah. Yeah, you guys didn't see that. That's great. I just used it as a melee weapon. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to recreate that. That was really cool. I did something badass and cool. Right, anybody want to say anything or ask me anything or anything before I go? I think I'm gonna put everything back in the box, and then I'm going to go back inside, I think, because I'm like super hungry. I had like a little tiny nap because I didn't have any sleep, and then I woke up and I played on the computer for a little bit, and then I just came on here, did a live stream. So I have not been that busy. I mean, I haven't eaten anything, and I'm also very tired, so I'm gonna run away. I don't know if anybody can hear that, but my tummy is actually growling. Has anybody had this like weird urge to just like have a bowl of Cheerios? I've just been craving Cheerios ever since I woke up for my little nap. I was only asleep for another hour, but yeah. I just really want my bowl of Cheerios. Don't really know what to hang this to. I kind of want to just have it handy. I don't really have any like hook things in here to connect it to. I don't know. Just put it back in the thing. Oh no, I'll put that in last so I don't accidentally break it. But yeah, I should get the cape off and put that back in its bag. It's a really nice cape. It's supposed to be a Little Red Riding Hood cape, but it's so thrilly. You know, it's basically got the white thrill on black, you know, with black piping, that it's kind of like that's Christmassy, and it will look kind of like it'll really stand out with the other kind of Krampusy features that I have. So it's like, yeah, I was like, yeah, this one looks the best. I could see this pulling together with the Krampus look in my head anyway. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I gotta put the cape away. Does it fold up in a certain way? This cheap velvet stuff is really kind of like, it looks like velvet, but it's plastic, and it's really, ow, obviously not velvet when you touch it. I mean, it looks like it. It looks shiny and stuff. That's good. That's the effect I wanted. But all right, where's the bag? Even though the bag's broken, it's still a good bag. Yeah, this looks like it's been kind of like it's got a bit of fatigue, plastic fatigue. You know, UV damage, plastic. It's not been eaten at. You know, it's not like I had a mouse gnaw through it or anything. It's actually been, maybe it was just exposed to the light in that one spot. The rest of it doesn't feel like it's falling apart. Weird. Oh, stop untucking yourself. Okay, I spoke too soon. The plastic on the edge is failing. I got it in. It looks like it was before. But yeah, there's the hole. I'm gonna probably hang it up on a proper hanger anyway. When I get it back in the house. Oh. But for now, drinking. It's so cute. But yeah, I'll keep him safe. Keep him safe. He'll go on top of the cape in the box. Okay. Well, that's it. I'm gonna go eat. I'll be doing another live stream probably very soon. To do either a brainstorming live stream if it's not, if the conditions aren't right for filming. At least this half of the video. Like I said, I'm thinking of doing like a Santa and Krampus video, but I'm going to be Santa and I'm going to be Krampus, so it's like I can do the Santa half and then I can do the Krampus half. The Santa half I can do pretty easily anywhere well lit, but the Krampus half I want it to be night, or at least very close to night, and I want it to be not super like cold and freezing. We could film stuff in here, like if I got all the lighting sorted, but yeah, I want it to be as foreboding an atmosphere as possible, So yeah. But yeah, so I will probably be. It will probably be won't be tomorrow. It will probably be the next day. Again, I might do one tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see how I feel around about this time tomorrow. I'll see how I feel. But yeah. Okie doke. Well, before I get another power cut, I will just go. Toodles.